All right, yeah. Question is, how do I want to grow in my relationship with other? Relation with other is better. Uh, okay. Am I good with the people? Yeah, I am good with the people. Yeah. Is my relationship with the people is good? Um, yeah, it's good. Okay, yeah. Like basically, I have friends for almost like the last 13 year. We are still connected. Okay, yeah. Then I know a lot of people too. Um, yeah, somewhat like basically is this thing like I'm not gonna consider myself as a kind of like a something very good person or a very good kind of like a something have a really good relationship with every other. No, um, like let me tell you into what exactly is this thing. Okay, yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that I usually kind of like a something consider a relationship with the people is a kind of like a something okay. Okay, like basically this thing I am not going too much close to them and I'm not going too much far to them, kind of like a something finding the perfect balance between those. Okay, you don't really understand, let me example to you. Okay, yeah. So basically you went to the school or college. Okay, yeah. You don't really have any friend. Now you have couple of friends. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing okay, you went to the college and you became you had a kind of like a something multiple people as a your friend. Okay, yeah. Now is this thing that ki, how do you supposed to execute that relationship, because you and your friend are kind of like a something in the same college in a same classroom. Okay, so you are actually sharing a lot of things about thoughts and assignments and things and something like that. Okay, so probably the your frequency of communication is bigger, better. Okay, better means like that you are talk more oftenly. Okay, yeah. um, the reason of communication is mostly for like assignments or college stuff and something like that. Okay, yeah. And after almost like a 3 months you are kind of like something so close, then you are started talking about your families and your relationship, your past experience about stuff like that. Within a 6 months that person is became one of your best friend and you are actually sharing lot of things with this that particular person. Okay, yeah. That best friend relationship is a kind of like a something hold you very long, very something. Okay, yeah, like hold you very strong. Okay, yeah. Now basically semester is over. Okay, yeah. And now you have to go to the another college and she have to go another college. By the way, your friend is your same gender, I'm not talking about another gender, your same gender. All right, yeah. So then after that what exactly happened, the semester is over, she got admission in another college, you got admission in another college. And what exactly happened that ki, because of you and her and you and basically your friend is kind of like a separated. So you don't really have any kind of like a something a same kind of like a something structure to talk or same reason to talk. Okay, yeah. Yeah, basically you are talking, yeah, you are talking like basically she is your best friend, so basically you are talking. Okay, yeah. But after almost like a 3 months you are not that much talking, like basically the when you are in the same college you are talking so much. But when you are separated means like that she went to another college, you went to another college, then basically is this thing the reason of communication became very low and low. Okay, yeah. And at some certain point means after almost like after you cross a semester and after almost like a 7 to 8 months you are kind of like a something talking in just WhatsApp, that's it. Okay, yeah. Your kind of like a something like friendship relationship is a little bit of fade away. Okay, yeah. And after a year or after 2 year, like she just kind of like a something just a person that you know, that's it. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like a something like a common friendship or common kind of like a something relation. All right, yeah. If how do I kind of like execute that relationship? Okay, how do I kind of like something is this thing? Well, let me tell you one thing. How do I supposed to do that? First of all, is that he, I usually consider importance to be a moment instead of person. Okay, yeah. Example. All right. So as I mentioned the previous example. Okay, yeah. Now let's kind of like put myself into that particular situation. Okay, yeah. So I am into the college. Okay, yeah. I don't really have a friend, and right now that person, like one of my person, is became something really my friend. Okay, yeah. We've been talking something like that, like regarding about college and stuff and something like that. Okay, yeah. Now what exactly happened that key, I usually talk with this person regarding about college and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. Sometimes we talk about little bit regarding about something past experience, but I don't. Okay, yeah, I don't. I usually prefer to add multiple people. Okay, instead of hanging out with one people. No, I usually add multiple people. Like basically, he's my friend, then he is my friend, then I create this group, and they create this group, and create this group, and like basically I add multiple people. Okay, yeah, create kind of like a something a group. Okay, yeah. Then what I do is that I would kind of like a somethingly create a WhatsApp group. Okay, yeah. In that WhatsApp group, we are kind of like a sharing jokes and laugh and reels, whatever it is. Okay, yeah. During the semester, our friendship is good. But is this thing that in previous example, both the people are actually so connected, they are actually sharing their past relationship and everything. I will not. Okay, I will not. Because let me tell you one thing, I will cross little bit of like I will not let other people to cross their boundaries. Okay, yeah. Like basically I would talk, I would this, but when there is a serious conversation happen, I try to be kind of like a somebody stay away from that. Okay, yeah. Like basically usual casual kind of like a something or fun kind of like a something conversation or fun kind of like a something talk, that is okay. Okay, yeah. But one of the most important thing that I wanted to be kind of like a somethingly handle the relationship is that I want to add multiple peoples. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing, I don't really consider to be only one friend. I just want to be add multiple people. When you have multiple people, then your relationship with multiple people is going to be really good. Let me tell you one thing, your relationship is really flourish when you have connected with the multiple people. Means like that when you are in the particular group, there is this friend, then your friendship is last long. Okay, yeah. So that means after the semester we do have kind of like a reason to talk, because of that key. After the semester we have all those people, and we just talk to each other. We kind of like create some sort of thing. We are planning to go somewhere else, whatever. Like regarding about time. Okay, obviously is this thing, after we cross the semester we don't really have time, because all those people are went to the another college, another this and that. These are kind of like something very common, and the friendship is started fading away. But since I have this WhatsApp group, and since in this WhatsApp group I have multiple people from this college, so basically is this thing that our strong, like our bond is kind of like a depend on multiple people. Okay, yeah. Means like that in the previous example, there is only two person, one and this person, that's it. Okay, yeah. But in my situation I have multiple peoples. So that means what I'm trying to tell you, when I have multiple peoples, if I don't really kind of like consider this friendship as a kind of like something importance, but other people might too. Okay, yeah. So they are kind of like a putting their contribution to the friendship. Example, as a kind of like a somebody putting their jokes, or kind of like a somebody say good morning to the WhatsApp group, and I will say good morning to the WhatsApp group. I will kind of like say something, this will gonna say something, whatever it is. Okay, yeah. And then it kind of like a simply flourishes the relationship between all those people, and that is really good. Okay, that is really good. That creates the moment. Okay, yeah. And that moment bond people. Okay, yeah. So basically I kind of like a wants to be create a moment so that people could remember, and that people would kind of like a something hold that relationship for last long. Okay, yeah. Same thing happened with all my friends. Okay, let me tell you one thing, my friends, like I'm talking about my real friends. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've been friends for almost like a 13 year. Okay, let me tell you one thing, in my friends group, we don't really have any common at all. Like basically some of them are kind of like a something so much like a higher means like so much age, like basically 1 year older than us, another. Okay, and another thing is that none of us is kind of like somebody from same school, nothing really at all. Okay, yeah. What is kind of like something one of the most common in all of this is that we usually play together cricket or football, whatever. Okay, during the evening or something like that. Okay, yeah. And then we, and another common thing is that ki we are kind of like somebody close by, like basically we are living kind of like somebody very close to each other. So that's why whatever is kind of like a thing happened, we just gather all those people. Okay, I didn't really gather only one people. No, I gather multiple people. Like basically there is a rain, and then there is a kind of like a somebody, I just want to play football in the rain. So what I do is that I call my friend, his friend, that friend, and basically I collect all those friends, won't go to the ground and play football during the rain, create the moment, and that moment is kind of like a something hold for multiple people for longer period of time. That moment is kind of like a something make them something that key connected. Yeah, it is thing. Okay, let me tell you one thing. You won't be able to remember when you are spending time with your friend to eating something. Okay, yeah, but is this thing, when you kind of like the moment that you remember is that when you spend some sort of time with your friend to go somewhere else, like go to the adventure park, or go to the climbing, or go to kind of like a something night out, or go to the kind of like a play football at during the rain or something like that, or kind of like a something go to the railway station and take some sort of rapid or shots or photos or whatever it is. Okay, yeah, go to the uninvited wedding and basically eat everything with very confidence. Okay, yeah, basically it's just like that now. And basically all those activities that I did is not just because of kind of like a, not with just one or two people. No, I'm kind of like I'm kind of like a something gathering all those people, like basically all those people are kind of like a something possible. I gather all those people and kind of like a enjoy that particular moment or create that particular moment. Okay, and that moment is kind of like a something hold us something really back, and that kind of like a creates a something really memory, and that memory is kind of like a connect with all those people. And that's why I kind of like a something my relationship is really good with a lot of people. Okay, yeah, same goes with my family too. Okay, yeah, is this thing that I usually talk to the everyone. Okay, yeah, yeah, definitely is this thing, as a kind of like a something person who is really kind of like a something full with lot of emotions, and sometimes we are kind of like a hate someone else. Okay, that is really good. Okay, same thing happened with my friends, same thing happened with a kind of like a something family too. Okay, yeah, but one of the most important thing is that I control my emotions very wisely. Okay, yeah, like basically is this thing, if I kind of like somebody have so much hate for someone else, what I should supposed to do, I didn't really kind of like somebody express that thing. Okay, at that moment, no, I kind of like a something just control, like basically if I control the emotions and everything. Because let me tell you one thing now. Okay, um specifically regarding about friends. Okay, yeah, if you fight with your friend, okay, regarding about whatever the thing, okay, if you fight with your friend, possible chances that you would connect is very less in the future. Okay, yeah, why? Because of that you are kind of like a fight for nonsense reason, and that's why you are not talking, and since then that person is kind of like a deleted from your life, and then probably you don't know that person is even exists or not. Okay, yeah, and basically is this thing, that fight was so stupid that it just kind of like after you think about what the fuck, why kind of like a somebody fight with that particular person, and that person is gone. Yeah, same thing happened, dude, same thing happened. Okay, yeah, so basically is this thing, I won't let that thing, like basically when I got anger or something like that, what should I supposed to do? Instead of kind of like a elaborating or kind of like a something like like basically like release all those anger and everything, instead of that I kind of like put the silence. Oh, I kind of like put the silence, and I would not talk. Okay, I would not talk if I kind of like hate or someone else. Okay, if I have so much anger, then what should I supposed to do is that I just went somewhere which kind of like somebody alone, and I was like a scream so loudly and kind of like a saying lot of stuff and stuff. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of like a something controlling my anger. So basically is this thing, I don't really have kind of like a something like that a spoiled relationship with the other. Okay, yeah, another thing. Okay, yeah, regarding about when you are maintaining the relation with the other, people have started taking advantage of you. Okay, what's the advantage? Okay, that's a really good thing. Okay, yeah, so when you are with your friend, when you and your friend are kind of like in friendship, or what you haven't okay, so what exactly is this thing that key example is this thing, your friend bought a kind of like a something really a sofa or kind of like a something bed. Okay, yeah, and he wanted to switch that bed from one room to another room. Okay, yeah, and that bed is really heavy and something like that. So he called me, he says, "Okay, would you help me to kind of like move the bed or furniture, whatever?" Okay, yeah. So I said, "Yeah, okay, I will definitely." Okay, so I go and I kind of like move the bed and everything. Okay, yeah. In this particular time, that help, that friend does really require a genuine help, so I will give my help, okay, to that particular person. Okay, yeah. Then another, that person is gonna kind of like ask another time that key, would you kind of like simply do this thing or do this thing, vagera vagera. Okay, yeah. Okay, at first I might kind of like a giving help. Okay, yeah. Then what is actually is this thing that if that person is actually taking advantage means like that ki he also kind of like a say that ki bhai, like would you bring grocery to at my home, and basically is this thing, then probably I'm gonna say, dude, I will not gonna give this thing. Okay, yeah. Why? Because groceries, buying the groceries is kind of like a stuff that you should supposed to do by yourself. I won't kind of like a buy your grocery at for your home, nothing really at all, definitely not. Okay, yeah. It's not, I will not gonna do that. Okay, yeah. And basically I rather talk to him very kind of like a perfectly, or kind of like a something that practically, like I wouldn't gonna say this thing ki nahi main karunga nahi, no, I would kind of like say this thing ki, dude, this is your kind of like a something that you should supposed to do, like a bringing the grocery at your home, that you should supposed to do by yourself. I won't be able to do that, don't ask this thing. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's not that thing. Okay, it's kind of like a something is this thing that you have to kind of like a something maintain a particular people, that key where they should supposed to be cross the boundary or not. Okay, yeah. Like it's kind of like as a kind of like a somebody friend has a relationship, I have particular limit, and I won't let other people to cross that limit. Okay, that is really important thing. When the people taking advantage of you, and they, that times people are not actually kind of like a consider as a friend, because you are kind of like helping them as a kind of like a somebody friend point of perspective, but other people might thinking about something else. Other people might thinking about that कि हाँ चलो ये तो वेला ही बैठा है, like let's bring him back and let's kind of like a, no, it's not. Okay, yeah. I do consider that कि a self respect. Okay, yeah. कि हाँ, like I would do help if the help is really genuine, then I would do help. Okay, yeah. But if the help is kind of like a something that कि tertiary, is if the help is kind of like a something non necessary, then I might not give the help for you. Oh, yeah. And it's kind of like a something saying this thing very practically, saying this thing very, like basically is this thing very kind of like a something that ki man to man, like basically not kind of like a somebody telling this thing by the kind of like a somebody secret or kind of, no, like basically if I'm saying no, I'm kind of like a saying no, that's it. Okay, yeah. So I think that ki this is kind of like a something that I kind of like a flourish relationship with other, like this is the way that I execute. Okay, yeah. Like all, like basically all my friend has kind of like something good relationship, as also in my family I also have good relationship with all those people. Okay, yeah. Around me, as also is this thing regarding about stranger. Okay, yeah. So stranger means like that ki, let me tell you one thing, you are living, there is a couple of people who are actually living nearby to you, neighbor, something like that. Okay, yeah. So basically what you do is that ki, like basically this is your neighbor. Okay, you haven't really talked with this particular man or this particular middle aged guy. Okay, yeah, kaka ji, mama ji, kaku वगैरह. So what should you supposed to do? Okay, for instance, okay, let me tell you one thing, what should you supposed to do is that ki, say good morning at least, say good morning, or kind of like a somebody jai bhim. Okay, yeah. Like a basically this kind of like a jai bhim that I usually prefer to talk with, like basically in my community all those Buddhist people, so I usually kind of like a somebody say jai bhim, jai bhim, okay, good morning sir, or kind of like a somebody jai shri krishna, or like a whatever. Okay, yeah. Just kind of like a somebody just say, like don't say, don't too much. Okay, yeah. Just kind of like a showing the your presence of there, that's it. Okay, yeah. Like kasha, like do not try to talk too much, no, just kind of like a say hello, or kind of like a good morning, or kind of like a jai shri krishna, whatever it is. Okay, yeah, that's it. It kind of like a bring little bit of something really value in there. Okay, if you, and also what is actually one of the most embarrassing thing is that ki, this is your neighbor. Okay, yeah. You're going to somewhere else. Okay, yeah. This guy is kind of like something very close to you, and you are something very close to him. Okay, yeah. Basically is this thing is it's kind of like a something that you don't really talk, it kind of like a something, a very rude thing. Okay, yeah. Why rude? Because of that, let me tell you one thing. In your neighbor, there are kind of like a mostly probably the chances would be kind of like all those people are kind of like a something oldish people. Oldish people means like that they are not kind of like a something equivalent of your age. Okay, yeah. So probably is this thing that you don't really consider to be talking to them is a kind of like something important, but from their point of perspective it is important. Why? Because of that from their era they are actually talk to each other, they are kind of like a talk to their neighbor and something like that, but they didn't really initiate the talk. Why? Because they have a little bit of attitude. Yeah, like basically yeah, older people have is this attitude, it's not attitude, but they don't really think as a kind of like a something. I don't know how do I supposed to explain this. It's a kind of like a something very amazing. But what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that when the people is kind of like a somebody that you might know or kind of like a somebody a stranger, but you haven't really talked with that, you know this person, that because that person is kind of like a live close by or something like that. Just say good morning. Just say yeah. Or kind of like something your friend who is kind of like a something that that you are actually seeing after so long period of time, and you say hi hello, that's it. Okay, do not try to be too much, okay, or try to be, just say kind of like something, just gesture, say hi hello and good morning, that's it. Okay, yeah. If you could do that now, probably chances would be kind of like a something you will grow your relationship with the other as good as possible. Okay, at least. Okay, yeah. This is kind of like a something that I would do. Okay, yeah. um Probably is this thing that my experience is kind of like a little less. Okay, yeah, I know there are a lot of people who have a lot of experience regarding about how they grow their relationship and something like that. I would kind of like a I'm just kind of like a giving them my point of perspective regarding about like what I think to how do I supposed to improve the relationship with the other. Okay, yeah. There is also one thing that I wanted to importance. Okay, yeah. As a human, okay, as a human, as we are human, we are kind of like a really required happiness. Okay, yeah. We are built for happiness. Okay, we are not kind of like a something just if you are earn lot of money, that money will not give you the happiness. No, money is a part of happiness. It's not the fully happiness. No, it's a part of happiness. Okay, yeah. Like basically if you have money, then probably you will kind of like a get happy 10%, mostly 20%. That's it. Whatever the thing that you were gonna buy, like iPhone, car, property, or this and that, you will gonna get happy only just 20%. That's it. 80% of the happiness of your happiness is depend on the people, okay, that who you are living with. Okay, so basically is this thing, if you're not maintaining the relationship with those people, then probably is this thing you will not gonna get happy. Okay, yeah. So then when you are not get happy, then probably your life is became really sad and something like that. Okay, yeah. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, uh, for you, if you wanted to live your life as good as possible, as kind of like a something full of your life or something like that, happiness is really important. It's a one of the really important source. It's kind of like a something that a natural currency for your. Okay, it's kind of like a something that like I don't know how do I supposed to explain this. It's something that when you get happy, you kind of like a feel that you get something. Okay, yeah. For that happiness, dude, just that 80% of the happiness depends on the people, your friends, your family, your stranger, your co-worker, your significant other. That's almost like a 80% depends on them. Okay, yeah. At least talk to them, at least kind of like a show them that you are exist, or at least kind of like a show them you are little bit of care, not really that much. Or maybe I don't know how do you supposed to execute, or how do you supposed to do this thing. Okay, yeah, just kind of like a somebody just say hi, that's it. Okay, I'm not asking that too much, just say hi and that's it. Say good morning, that's it. Okay, yeah. Or kind of like a somebody when you have WhatsApp group, just drop the good morning. Probably no one would kind of like somebody giving the reply, but probably there is only one person would give the reply. Okay, yeah. Like basically just type the good morning and send it. Okay, do not wait for something that who would kind of like somebody reply. Don't kind of like expect to be reply. No, just say the good morning. Say kind of like something a genuine stuff. Okay, do not just copy the jokes and paste. No, it kind of like a feel like that you are copy paste, nothing related. Just say a type good morning and then paste it, that's it. Okay, yeah. Whenever another people have birthday or something like that, say kind of like a something happy birthday to them. Call that particular person, say that he like wishing you very happy birthday, something like that. That person might feel really good. Okay, yeah, like basically all the accomplish and everything. Okay, yeah, if you, I don't know how do you supposed to do this thing. It's something that na ki right now we are living in this such a world. Okay, I'm talking about in 2024 point of perspective. Okay, yeah, is this thing ki we are so connected with a lot of stuff like Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp and everything, but genuine connection are kind of like a something just gone, just something doesn't really exist. Okay, yeah. Why is this thing that ki, like mostly like basically is this thing, I am like basically 31. Okay, yeah, and basically when I was a teenager, that means like when I was at the age of 16, 17. Okay, yeah, how do I supposed to execute relationship? Okay, how do I supposed to execute friendship? Is that we talk. Okay, we talk, we don't really have kind of like a something balance.